Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team pick. Radiant team pick.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that was a bit quicker than we're used to here today. Unknown versus Luccini, our last matchup for the day in
10 seconds remaining.
Qualifiers for South America.
Slada.
Of course, China, and
Radiant
they have
team
already
pick.
started again, so... Non-stop Dota for a couple of days, this is what the fires are all about. But hey, for us, really a nice little mellow game.
Dire team pick.
Bring us back to bed, so tuck us in.
Already, we're decently through the draft too. Like these teams seem to be ready to go to bed themselves.
10
Rubik
seconds
being picked up
remaining.
here. That Rubik is the most popular support in Pro Dota right now.
5
And I'm glad to see it. Like
seconds
Rubik
remaining.
games are fun.
Yeah,
Reserve
as
time.
always, especially in this meta, you always have good splits to steal.
Radiant team bans.
OD.
Last OD we saw was also against Luccini, and they may be having some post-traumatic stress disorder triggering right now because it was.
I would be too.
Dire
They
team
got rolled over, but
Let's just say,
ban.
hopefully, Peru does not have an extradition treaty with The Hague, or some members of Not Today are going to be flown out for war crime trials. Right, like that was disgusting.
well,
10
Luccini
seconds remaining.
gonna have to try and deal with it. They have the slaughter, which is
5
a lot of
seconds
reasons. Like we've talked about that. And the Ogre Magi
Reserve time.
also be an interesting and important cog drafts that involve right-clicking. That would be another human rights violation, wouldn't it? Banned out, but still appearing. Yeah. Cheating is a crime. Yeah. Said it. Cheating. Alright, just putting it out there. Cheaters are the worst. Alright.
Dire team ban.
No, they don't. Don't encourage them, Gorgon. Come on.
Radiant team pick.
Tonight.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Life stealer.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining.
Vengeful spirit.
Radiant team pick.
Let's see whether Unknown can same stuff that Not Today they're able to
5
bring.
seconds remaining.
Luccini, they're definitely, well, sticking to the
Reserve
horses. Just betting on the same horses over and over again. It's at some point it's got to work out. Well, that's a makes assassin. Yeah. Exceptionally good.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Legion Commander.
This is why you always go Dagon on Nyx Assassin.
Radiant team ban.
Yeah. Yeah. Gotta kill people to win Dota.
10 seconds remaining.
You also gotta kill buildings, but yeah, that's beside the point.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, take on the building. Yeah.
Reserve time. Dire team ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I think you lost completely now.
Yeah, that does assume that I had it at some point, but yeah. Interesting with the Legion Commander pickup. We don't see Legion Commander that much in competitive Dota.
Yeah, you see it every once in a while at your CIC.
Yeah.
So that's that offliner, like,
10 seconds
up against
remaining.
life steals though, right? It's just one count. So you don't really care about being slow.
5 seconds remaining.
Purge it off immediately, so... It's life stealers and bad riders.
Reserve time.
That makes sense.
It's a bit difficult, perhaps.
You can also pretty easily purge off Corrosive Haze from all of your
Oh, yeah.
teammates, so it makes it life much more difficult for Slardar as well.
It's a bit tricky with a duel up against a Slaughter lifestealer, because if you duel somebody and then
You get amp damage, or excuse me, then you
amped,
get hit with the haze.
blown up, and yeah, it's... You gotta really pick and choose.
Get hit with the
They don't
haze
have a
sounds
dazzle or
like
something. Sure, that's good.
rug slang, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you get hit with the haze, and then you lose the duel.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The Corrosive Haze was a weird name change, in my opinion. I think amp damage was fine. I don't know why they had to change it. And Bash of the Deep, how am I supposed to
That's
remember
the
this?
worst. Bash of the Deep. It's so pointless. Like, Bash is alright. Guardian Sprint. Alright, I could go with Guardian Sprint. Whatever.
Also, the dude's got arms and he slithers. Like, he's not a deep water creature. He doesn't look like he doesn't have fins. He doesn't look like he can swim. He's an amphibian at best. It should be Bash of the Shallow, because that's the sort of environment that this sort of creature would have evolved in. This is not the xenological biology of a creature that comes from deeps.
Reserve.
That's like a tide hunter, you know? Tide hunter comes from the deep. This dude is hanging out in the shallow pools, Slark and Naga Siren. Now that's an orgy I want to see. Wow, we're getting late, so I'm allowed to say that. Nobody heard that. All right. So Winter Wyvern is going to come out here. That's an interesting pick. There's really no reason other than the Lifestealer bombs potentially to expect a lot of grouping out of Luccini. But if they can corral well, or especially if Legion Commander like gets a duel out on somebody, and then Luccini kind of corral around Legion Commander to try and kill her, Winter Wyvern can then hit the person who's being dueled with the Winter's Curse and turn it back around again.
10
That's like the
seconds remaining.
stacking of dominoes.
5 seconds remaining.
It's not at all. If you can
And
get both.
yeah, Lone Druid, wow. This is, I think, the first time since ranged Lone Druid became a thing that I've seen him survive to the last pick and also get picked.
Yeah.
Very rare.
Love Lone Druid in Ace of CS whenever it's.
I mean, he's got like a 70% win rate in Pro Dota right now.
He's pretty
it's
good. Yeah. He's
good,
pretty
yeah.
good. I've seen the old build come out a couple of
heresy.
still works, so it's,
Yeah.
having him as a right click is just gonna be it's just so. Also makes sure that the
It's
hero
just
is
his
still
talents
relevant
make it
after
so good.
buyback, or just after respawn time. So,
That's the thing, right? There's a 0 cooldown on being a badass. If you are the badass and it's not your pet, but also
Yeah.
like that
So-
cooldown reduction skill that's so good on the right click Lone Druid does absolutely nothing if you need to resummon a bear. I think that's what it was designed for, right? It was designed
Yeah.
around the idea of, oh, well, it's risky because your bear's going to have a lot of your items. Well,
Yeah,
screw you. I'm just not going to
exactly.
put any
This-
items on my bear.
This skill tree was balanced around the bear,
Yeah.
and then people realized, all right, fuck the bear.
Right. Well,
I
with
don't care about the bear.
175 attack range, you know,
Yeah.
he's basically
I can
sniper.
I can just like.
Honestly, if they removed the 175 attack range and made it something that did help the bear,
Yeah.
that would totally change the hero back to what he was intended. He'd still be good, but the 40 respawn time would be useless now. So then now you have 12 Spirit Bear armor as your standard, probably have 30 Spirit Bear damage as your standard, and then you have something else for the bear. It's just really hard to balance.
Yeah.
On Druid, to be honest. It's either all bear or all you.
Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it is the attack ratio that really breaks it. Because,
It is, yeah.
It makes sure that you can stay on the edge of the fight in the form that is the less tanky form. You
Right.
used to see, like, back in the day, you just always see Lone Druids run around in that ultimate form. More tanky, right? Stand more. If they manage
And you
to
can be
make your way
close enough
past
for the bear to attack, right? But it doesn't really matter if your bear is attacking if you
Yeah.
have a Dragon Lance and a plus 175 extra attack speed, plus 55 damage, and you respawn in 40 seconds if you die. Like, the bear can
Yeah.
just play interception at that point. If you happen to get entangled, great. But it really doesn't matter. Basically, there in order to scout and in order to knock down towers.
So, last game of the day here. Just tuning in.
At least for us. The games
For
keep
us.
rolling on, man. This is, like you said, 24/7 divided by 4 or whatever. Whatever sort of weird
Well, if you
weak
also
math
count,
you were trying
like,
to do.
the open qualifiers, insane as well.
Yeah, I did some of the open qualifier pass with Lyrical, and that was something special, man. Open qualifiers are always a mixed bag. I like casting them. They're fun, but at the same time, it's like
It's so
most of
exhausting.
the games you're going to get
Yeah.
are just so one-sided. It's not even
That is what I
entertaining,
mean, yeah.
you know?
I was casting one evening, just casting third day, following Team Fire, just rolling a couple of teams. It was super one-sided, and it's also so exhausting if you want to, like, especially in the qualifiers, generally have pretty good games towards the end. But just getting there, it just takes so much out of you, and it's, me especially, knowing that. The cast
Oh,
of the
nice
actual-
steal.
Of the actual region.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to burn myself out too early.
Yeah, it's a
I
good
also
call.
had stuff to do after coming. Like lined up well to just skip most of the qualifiers.
So Radiant managed to grab themselves 3 runes, bounty runes. The Slaughter moved in, started attacking onto the Legion Commander, and used the Slithering Crush in order to secure. So, now that hurts. The Legion Commander is a hero that would like to get up some early boots, just to make sure that she's not vulnerable. Like you said, she does have press the attack in order to purge stuff off and give herself some heal, but up against a Lifestealer who is laning aggressively here, she is going to have a little more trouble with just sustained damage output rather than burst damage output.
What do you think about these legions? Because we haven't talked about it, but this is once again this core event coming out in Agro Trial Land, which has been spotted out. by Luccini, so they go for the dodge. So now being gone Wyvern was hiding in. First blood, yeah, especially on the left. It's crushed into a follow-up stone. Oh, stun. Actually keeps him alive, wow.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that they didn't just push into the tower and try to make a trade there. They knew that Nyx Assassin didn't have Spike Carapace, so if the Wyvern had charged in there, he would have taken tower hits, but probably gets that kill. I guess there's no reason to risk it, though. You got an aggressive tri-lane, and your opponents are starting to get low. So at this point in time, you can just kind of patrol and wait for your pitch.
Like, if you start diving towers, like, one, it's an even chance that the tower will kill you.
Yeah.
So it's the first blood down.
And I mean, this aggressive tri-lane's working pretty well. The Vengeance Aura worked really well in aggressive tri-lanes. You know, just increasing the damage output onto every hero around you. Any ability that does that is really good in aggressive tri-lanes, because you're trying to be aggressive onto heroes. You're not caring quite so much about last-hitting creeps, and you basically want to utilize every tool of your heroes to the maximum potential. There we go, nice turn. That's going to be a chain stun, and this should be our first blood. Nice Delta split there.
Crucial at max range still gets over them. It's like,
yeah.
It's so crazy how big the AoE actually is. So the animation also is quite.
Yeah, he managed to get two. Fortunately, I mean, Unknown did a really, really nice split where they had somebody on every possible side of him. So somebody was going to be ready to move back in. They're going to try to turn onto the Nyx, who does have Spike Carapace, so he's probably not in any real danger here. Meanwhile, rotation potentially. Yeah, onto the OD. Not sure that OD's vulnerable to...
Okay, what's
wow.
going on here? This guy has been running around like 3 times around the same set of trees. And now they're trying to block it way in.
I'm not sure what that was.
Yeah. I think he was trying to block in the Lifestealer, but he placed the wrong tree.
Or maybe he was just trying to keep... Yeah, I'm not sure.
Nice idea, execution.
Maybe he tried to plant it right where that creep was standing. I'm not sure what happens when you try to plant it where a creep is. Does it displace the creep, or does the creep displace the tree? Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I cannot defend what happened there. But you know, there's no harm, no foul. I guess you lose the Legion Commander, but your aggressive tri-lane's doing pretty well. Now this stack that Vengeful Spirit's able to chew through on her own down here. What was that?
It's not a whole lot that Gian can put again.
Oh, yeah. No, she's gotten the start that she needs in this lane. Unless there's a support rotation down onto her, she'll probably be fine to one-on-one this, at least for a couple of levels. Up top, we're going to have another fight, potentially, as Ogre Magi is going to throw out the stun, and here comes Lifestealer moving around with the open wounds as well. Rubik will be going down. There is not a lot of potential for a return kill here, as Wyvern thinks about it and then realizes how bad of an idea it is. It's just getting bashed down. Boy, Bloodlust, such a good skill. Look at that movement speed. He can just keep up and right-click. He's got a stun if he wants it. Still not level 6 for the Legion Commander. We'll throw out the stun and maybe went a bit too far.
He's creating so much space in the hand section. On though, invis for one starter, sets up a crush into a follow-up, no spike. But up there, okay.
Okay, bye. Later, guys. Thanks for the lesson in caution. A lesson well learned.
I love it when people or when players realize, alright, they don't actually have enough damage after this.
Yeah.
They don't have any more
totally
stuff.
fine.
I can just TP out, I'm fine.
And you can even see the Nyx Assassin was expecting her to throw like a magic missile or something in defense, and just like Carapace out. Did not end up making a difference. Yeah, you're right. That is much wider than the animation. The Wyvern Crush. I guess I never noticed that before.
QQ. What is with these names, by the way?
Oh boy, he's got the crush.
Now,
he can use it right here, and he will. Really nice turn.
Nice. There's the help. up, and now the turnaround. It was a bait. It's all a bait. Not enough mana for Spike Carapace, not enough mana.
And I was like fishing with a worm who's fishing with an aphid. Like, that was bait on bait. The slaughter tried to bait them in, and then they bought the bait as a form of bait. This is 2 next level. It's like bait fractals, man.
Normal people would just say you bait it and be done with it.
I am, as you know, I am no normal man.
Yeah. So far, still a lot of success. But yeah, back to my rant. What is with these names? Like, the Legion Commander has no name, just the clan tag and the sponsor tag.
Oh yeah,
And
that's
Rubik also has just.
oh, here's a big duel, and Spike Carapace was out on the duel. I don't think that's going to be enough to stop it. It will be enough to stop the damage, not enough to stop the death. And now, Thunder Wyvern just soaring overhead. If you look out the left side of the Wyvern, you are going to go ahead and see 3 people from Luccini dying. If you look out the right side, you'll see the scenic Radiant Forest. And then they arrive at their destination just in time to knock down the town.
The last part of that scenic forest. Forget about these trees that died. Make this episode.
Rip trees.
Dude, you gotta be careful with the Wyvern. There we go. Basic mechanics.
Okay, so Lifesteal is going to get a trade up here, though, on that tower. I could do that for the rest of the cast if you wanted.
We need Kiralty back in here because he has a soundboard.
Yeah, exactly.
For Discord.
I am the soundboard.
Yeah.
You bring me on for the
That
sound.
works. That works.
You sure don't bring me on for the casting, Dragon Drop. Let me you can say that. That's one thing that I'm sure Red and I
At least I
agree
won't
on.
do it again, that's for sure.
I brought you here. Don't you forget that. I brought you here. I'm the big boy. I'm wearing pants today. I don't normally wear pants when I cast, and so you should be very proud of me. Lifestealer is quite a ways off still from getting his armlet up, and he is going to be stunned out. Some team members are rotating in, and that is going to be an easy duel.
Got the rage up, but barely getting the dual win still.
Yeah, he still was going to die there.
Oh yeah.
It's nice to get the duel win. Really killing the Lifestealer is what you're up there for.
So you gotta watch out. I mean, offlane Legion Commander less so than the core Legion Commander, which is much less common, of course. But even as an offlane Legion, you still want to start stacking up damage as early as possible. Especially if you're committing 3 or 4 heroes one thing like this. Don't get a dual win out of it, that's still a bit of a loss.
Yeah. I mean, level 1 duels are not worth that much, 10 damage, but they do stack up, like you said. And the hero kit is sort of innately built around those duels. A lot of other core heroes have higher attack damage and attack damage modifiers, like crits and bashes and these sorts of things. Legion Commander doesn't have any of that nonsense. She's got Moment of Courage for sustain, but her innate damage output is somewhat reduced compared to her peers because the assumption is you will get more damage as the game goes on. Which typically is a pretty good assumption, unless I have a Legion Commander on my team, in which case my opponents will definitely scale in damage as the game goes on.
Yeah.
My Legion
As
Commander will
passenger,
play.
they do find a Winter Wyvern blown up before it can defend himself. Like, quite a while now. Lift up, on, back, fighting for the shrine. It's not really up yet. And with Thomas Mesadier, they're still not gonna get the win. And they are gonna get the kill. Very chaotic, but I don't even know what's going on anymore. Like,
Alright, well, the Rage is gonna be out here.
More kills. A couple of swipes into the trick. Nice little defensive imprisonment though from the DOD. I'm not gonna try and pronounce that name, so.
May have gone too
That
far.
is the Fate Bolt of the trick.
Yeah, the Lifestealer realizing the error of his ways there at the very end. Or as he drew his last breath and was fade bolted to oblivion. Still, no dual victory there, so that could have gone worse for Luccini, but Unknown Gaming getting into a very comfortable position here. Oh god, they managed to find themselves a Satyr Tormentor too. That Unholy Aura is so difficult to deal with at this level of the game. And on top of it, you have heals from Wyvern and from Legion Commander. Yeah. What do you do to stop this push? Right? Oh, I guess that's what you do.
Kill it with Infest.
I thought he had used Infest in that last fight, but I was wrong.
He used it at the beginning when he's been in the Knicks for a while before they actually won.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's that should be super smart because the Helm of the Dominated in itself gives you 8 aura health vision to begin with. Add +6 off that big Satyr.
Yeah.
There's just so much sustain for everybody.
And not to mention the attack speed as well. Like it's very, very effective in terms of pushing to get early helm and just getting message or if you can find it. The Wild Wing helps with pushing a decent amount as well. The Wild Wing I think helps more later in the game when you have a lot of creeps and stuff around that can also use that damage. But Satyr Tormentor I think is without a doubt the best pushing creep that you can grab.
Outside of like some ancients like this.
Well, yeah, but you're not going to be able to grab those in most cases.
Yeah. Only if you
Okay, looks like we're going to have a bit of a fight breakout here as the TPs are coming in. Everybody's getting settled in their corner. Rubik thinking about being the initiator here. That is a bit of a problem. Without the Legion Commander being able to jump in, they don't really have an initiator. I guess Vengeful Spirit could swap, and then they could take a duel from there, but you would trade for sure.
Skill swap, maybe.
Oh yeah, I forgot it's a carry Vengeful Spirit when I said that. Like you don't want to swap in your carry Vengeful Spirit.
So they're just gonna slow down a little bit. Definitely a smart thing to do. We don't want to take a risk because if you look at Legion Commander, he has the blink queued up away. So don't take a risky fight.
Despite the fact that this is a pretty one-sided game in terms of kills, the net worth is dead even. And it's dead even despite the fact that Luccini are behind on kills and behind on towers, I think, right? Or are they even on towers? Okay, I lied. They're even on towers, behind on kills. They must, like, they're just straight about farming in terms of creeps. Like, the Lifestealer and the Lone Druid.
Yeah, he's got killed twice, but he's still alone. And on top of that, Lone Druid, who's been
basically unseen this game. Yeah. I'm not even going to lie to you. When I was trying to go through the net worth and I saw that Lone Druid up there, that was the first time I realized there's a Lone Druid in this game since we were talking about the draft. Like, he's just been a non-issue. That's a really good sign for Luccini in that they are not losing towers and they're playing 4v5. When that Lone Druid comes online, they could find themselves in a pretty favorable position.
To the first bit they have, it's help out with it, and unknown. Figure out this is going on, right? Maybe not.
They don't have any wards around here, so even though a couple people just ran invisibly, they like, have no idea. Like, this is totally off their radar. Absolutely.
It feels like you should feel like the reverberations of your chance stomping in the river.
We see a T-Rex at Jurassic Park. They're going to have a fight here as immediately walks in and gets dueled. Wow. That was something super special. The rage is up at least, so he can potentially get away. No, he's going to think about running back in. Second tries the charm on the just running in and dying thing. Oh, it's somebody else's turn to run in and die. Is now the Legion Commander is actually going to be saved up by the Wyvern. Unfortunately, the Lifestealer didn't have somebody to help her out like that. And the Ogre Magi is going to end up going down. Lifestealer is trying to find an opportunity to make something happen in this fight. A nice swap out by the carry Vengeful Spirit. And now Lifestealer once again surrounded by the full team opposition. Duel down in 14 seconds. If there's anybody left to duel in 14 seconds, one more hero left, and that is going to be a full team wipe plus an Aegis. What?
I don't even know what happened like that. It was like, starts with Lifestealer running in, wasting his Aegis.
Like, he did nothing.
Yeah,
he did not. He didn't even toggle his armlet to go in. He was just like, yeah, I don't even care.
I don't want this.
At
Take
least
this off my hands. Get the duel win.
My prediction I made to you in Discord earlier, where I said that this is going to be a 23-minute game in favor of Unknown. That puts us on course for that to be a possibility. Wow, that one exchange, 3,000 net worth. Look at the gold chart. Pull up the net worth chart.
Wow, yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah,
That was so unnecessary too.
I know. It's like, why? What?
But it's
Best
it's
case
not
scenario, he
all right.
trades the Aegis for a kill. Best case scenario.
At the same time, I don't want to put that all on G. Like, I want to shout out this OD. Because twice, at least twice in that fight, he threw out defensive once. After Legion Commander. Just run in, got healed up a little bit by the Winter Wyvern, then turned around, then not defensive, keeping him alive. And once on himself when he got slowed by the lightning. So
Both the Wyvern and the OD have been really good about defensive play. And that's good because the OD really honestly hasn't been making very much of an impact in using damage this season. At least that's the way it feels to me. The defensive potential to keep the real damage dealers up, though, that does a lot. I guess the OD is 4-0 and 3.
yeah,
He feels kind of like a non-issue in a lot of
last
fights,
hits,
though.
and he stacked up to 30 intelligence from the essence.
Yeah, he is the highest net worth now, actually, after that fight. So for a long time, it felt like he wasn't doing that much. Maybe now, he's got Dragonlance up now. He's got Force Staff waiting for him. In fact, he's got a full Hurricane Pike waiting for him. So he's basically hit his stride after that fight.
3 gone, which means Shrines also picks some men. Fire scan. Exactly where everyone is. Do they fight this? Is the question. I think the answer.
I don't think they're going to get there in time, to be quite honest. By the time they get there, the stride's gone, and then what are you fighting for, you know? It's like that Mulan song. You got to have something. Yeah. OD.
So you make that wrap around, push out mid a little bit, and then right, tap someone. You bottom, push this out, get the team. Gain this one team fighter run. Oh, after.
That was really smart, Dust. That almost grabbed the Nyx. He might have even. No. Almost nicked the Nyx, but even so, just knowing that there might be a Nyx with the Life Stealer inside around, if that Dust had hit him, and the Life Stealer happened to be in there, which was a pretty realistic possibility, that would have been Luccini losing 2 heroes like that, though. Like, absolutely nothing.
Sensei, get away with that. Let's not forget the scoreline is still 3-16, and there's a reason for that so far unknown. On the better end of all of these engagement trades, playing.
Yeah. They're much more experienced. Well, I guess most of these players are much more experienced. Some of them I don't know that well. But they're certainly the team that's coming out ahead here. And remember, Luccini hasn't won a game yet. They're certainly the team at the bottom of the barrel. I don't even know if it's mathematically possible for Luccini to move on at this point. If they lose this game, that might actually just make it impossible. If it's not impossible already. To their credit, they're still playing. And the real benefit for a team like Luccini is getting experience, getting the pressure of tournament play, getting real play, because teams do play differently when they're scrimming compared to when they're playing in a tournament. So they are getting a level of experience that they would not get elsewhere. Even if they're getting crushed, they've got to be there.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
They've got 4 minutes to make this happen for me. Come on, boys. Come on, Unknown.
They wait for next Roshan, can I get back close?
There we go.
Okay, let's try and take a fight here.
Okay.
That is questionable. Back. Nice little savage try actually in the D. Dropping very well though. As falls up out getting still on a falling, yeah, and he does. To random mouse proc, I believe that was.
And that duel onto the Winter Wyvern ult was... I think he thought more heroes were going to be attacking the Lifestealer than there were, because there wasn't anything. There was like a creep. Yeah, I think he thought the whole team was going to be... Maybe it was a miscommunication, but it certainly... Like, it basically was a free disable for the Legion Commander. Or on the Legion Commander for Luccini, and arguably won Luccini that fight. Yeah. I think... Yeah, I agree. It's a drop in the bucket, to be honest, at this juncture. Sitting at still about 7,500 net worth advantage, and I mean, Unknown can't continue to throw fights like that at Luccini, but one of them isn't going to break it.
They've got themselves enough of heal that one damage.
Unless I miss something, I don't think any big items can happen. Yeah, absolutely. There's nothing that can be done.
Not even a contest.
Bear was out shopping for Hyperstone there. I'm not sure what the Ogre Magi was doing. Escorting the bear or something.
Well, Shrines fucked down. I thought it was Slaughter for a second there, but it was actually moving with the Storm Crush.
We've been seeing so many support minuses.
What is that glyph?
Did they seriously?
They just glyph for that, and this does not refresh after Shrines unless I'm...
No, it does not refresh up.
Very much. So, you can actually buy
Well, I guess they're looking to move in for something like this, yeah. Keep them at that shrine long enough in order to get the heroes in there for a kill. Maybe questionable because you know that Unknown are going to back up off the shrine anyway, but maybe they didn't think that they could get the angle.
At some point they're going to regroup to the high ground. Well, that glyph comes in.
I think that they were hoping to grab the Legion Commander or the OD after that glyph. Like, they would not have gotten in close enough to kill one of those heroes without the glyph, right? They glyph in order to try and kill one of those cores. If they can kill one of those cores, then the next Roche is probably free for them. Didn't quite work out that way. 33 seconds before the next Roshan, and you can tell Luccini realized it's one of their last hopes, or at least one of their best hopes.
Yeah. Just realized that fight this out, Gian. Out of the UD, that's a juicy target. Burst it down. Burn to a crisp. This is the one that we're looking for. Yeah. It's break it to Gorgon, but the 23-minute prediction, maybe not quite on the money.
Too bad. It's just one team fight and everything goes haywire. In fact, if this fight doesn't go well for Unknown, things could really swing for them. The OD's still down for 25 seconds. This is going to be a tower.
Still have a Lone Hood that's sitting in the network. They're going to lose the bear here, so it's a plus 300 for Danny Torres. Is something or what?
What's that?
50 Danny Torres, his name?
Oh, I have no idea. No. Vengeful Spirit. In Anitos. Yeah, is Anito ZZZ maybe. Maybe it's like sleep. I'm not sure. You know, song logs, that little, yeah, you get what I'm saying.
Incredibly edgy.
Nobody else does, and that's what makes this work so well as a form of entertainment. Oh boy, Roche.
For me, not sure much shadow than anybody else. But yeah, DD Rune, straight into Roche.
Not what you want to be giving up. But for Luccini, like, at least they're getting some farm out of this period. The Lone Druid, like you said, has a good clip in net worth and good high ground defense net worth too, right? Like Mjolnir is a really good high ground defense item. Dragonlance as well. Let's take a look. He is level 16, which means he does also have his 55 damage talent, which will help here. And they're getting ready for a defense. There is no tower, so defense is going to be tough.
Vengeful Spirit is not even the Aegis carrier. They gave it to me, just recognizing that. Last time around, see that really good. Oh, Gian, look at this. He managed to buy himself an item, so I didn't notice that one. Manages to money. Must help a little bit. And another bear goes down. Gotta be careful about feeding those.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's not that big of a deal when you're already behind. Right? The 300 gold is probably not going to put them over to the next item when they have almost 10,000 net worth advantage over you, but it's not good.
Yeah, it's starting to add up. Like, there was the second bear that showed this. God, it's an extra 600.
Yeah, 600 gold. It's the unspent gold in his cash, basically. I don't know that it's helping him get items sufficiently or significantly faster. The lone druid's probably getting more out of those things. Yeah. By sending the bear in, he's getting last hits. But I agree with you. But ultimately, I agree with you in that it's not a good idea. I just don't necessarily know that it's game breaking when you're sitting at 6 and 18.
Yeah.
You know, you got to do what you got to do.
It's like the least of the problems.
Right. They've got a lot of problems on the list, way above. So one of those problems being that 2 of their opponents have Midas and none of their heroes have Midas. So they're this far behind, and their opponents are just going to continue to scale really fast, especially in terms of experience.
It's like the difference of complaining about not having an iPhone.
Right. Okay, here we go. The big slithering crush is there's going to be the Lifestealer Bomb immediately. The Rubik is dead, and this is going to force back Unknown. They're maybe trying to bait out of the base, and that is coming. The Corrosive Haze going out onto the Winter Wyvern as the OD is going to blink away and dropping the ward, scouting out for anybody chasing, trying to bait it. Looks like OD wanted to chase, but really good discipline from Luccini to just take the one hero kill and call it a day. Not a lot of teams have that kind of discipline, to be quite honest.
Definitely served them well, especially with that extra. Oh. Well, maybe realizing that, okay, we can't just bulldoze our way through there. We actually have some ways to deal with it. This Lifestealer Bomb is, if nothing else, it's a good setup and some good initial damage for them to then come in and say, hey, I've got my basic amount of items. The damage.
Absolutely. And Basher now done on the Lifestealer, like, he's at a point where he can kind of stand up and do some fighting. He's moving toward an AC, which I think is a good build. He has time to get the farm. It's a little questionable about whether or not he should go for something that expensive when it's going to be up against the wall for the rest of the game, probably. But Nyx Assassin scouting out, and there's a big Slithering Crush, followed up by the stun from Nyx Assassin, a ton of damage coming out, but the OD is able to self-imprison, and there's the negative armor coming out across the battle. OD coming back out, throwing down the hammer, and that is just about all she wrote for 2 heroes. Lifestealer is able to pull out the Aegis, and waiting around for another opportunity to go mano-a-mano with the OD. OD is going to try to blink away. Moving in, is able to potentially kill out this Ogre Magi. Ogre Magi alone, the Lifestealer leaving him there. And yeah, Legion Commander saying, go push mid, make this happen, everybody's dead. Force the buybacks if you can.
That was the best possible outcome, more than the worst possible start.
Yeah.
Because Gian, he was popping the smoke on the OD, he panic blinked across, and he was like, left, right, where do we go? Then get caught up by the crush. Able to defend himself, Russell Steel came through. And coming out top of the zone imprisonment just in time to provide the extra damage to
Big Slithering Crush, followed out by the bomb, and that is a Vengeful Spirit down at 1/3 health. Bear continuing to chase along with its master. Rubik getting very low. End up having to use the Winter Wyvern. Wow. Wow.
That was almost the same frame, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was very, very close. The tower still stands, though. A defense from Luccini.
They got very close to dying on both Rubik as well as Venture Spirit. Once again with the low druid. Such a big threat. Very hard to actually catch. Because he's so far behind. He blinks.
Yeah. This is potentially going to be another fight here. OD trying to get in. What is that?
Now almost brought down the very low health. Needs help with his teammate. Spike Carapace. catch him out of that damage from the...
Boy, OD, his eyes were bigger than his stomach on that one. Like he did not have the ability to follow up on that decision.
Force stuff in, like I'm gonna get them, and then like random stun just thrown out. It's a farm, that's what caught him out. But yeah, these kind of things start to come from the team. They start to come back into feeling a lot more confident. Nice to get invested into.
Now this is starting to look, I mean, a lot more realistic for Luccini. They are still well over 10,000 net worth in deficit, but look at how well they push. And Unknown it seems like they're taking a psychological toll, having this much trouble finding and securing favorable team fights without bad trades, right?
Definitely understand that. I mean, it's really frustrating to feel like you've been so far ahead for so long, but then you like bang your head against the wall.
Yeah.
Can't get any more. It's still great for them that they have been able to secure the top ranks a little bit there. Just because it's like constantly pushing in. Looking behind the backs. And it's also just the economy. It's just a little bit less for their side because they get like half of.
And it also forces that load. Oh, never mind. We're gonna have to come back to that because the bomb is out.
Well, not sure about that. Yeah, depends on imprisonment and just win the duel for him instead. Rushing completed BKB on the OD. Swap out. Try to focus on the map there. Nice little curse. Looking up at the plays here, making sure that Unknown can reset. Now this is the big kill that they're looking for. They bring down it's gonna be back in 40 seconds. Courtesy of that respawn talent.
40 seconds is way too late, unfortunately. 40 seconds from now, this game could be over. And probably will be. 25 seconds, one bear, one racks down, another one bear. This is going to be Megas. Luccini might try to fight this out against the Megas. They do have a Maelstrom on the bear, but I mean, that's assuming that their Ancient isn't dead by the time people are spawning.
It is called
Okay. I mean, that was a good fight from Luccini. And this team throughout today has been making a lot of mistakes and a lot of what I would consider both players and communication errors, but they've also been showing moments of brilliance that really show that they could be a